I've uploaded a lot of different mobile games that I used to play a lot recently, from back in the 2010s, because I like to hear you guys' opinions on these games and whether or not you used to play them. And another game I used to play was Zombies Ate My Friends, and it was a pretty popular mobile game that was released in 2013 for the iOS and Android devices, and this game was pretty fun to play. It was a side-scroller zombies game created by Glue Mobile and based in the world of Festival. You would scroll the camera with your fingers and move around the world talking to like characters and learning lore about the game and zombies. And even after all that, the game was still not good enough because it was one of the worst games at the time because it was free to play and they had a ton of annoying features that everybody like absolutely hates nowadays, like the stupid energy system, until everybody just forgot about it and then nothing was said by the developers. The game was taken down from the app stores, and that gives me the question for today. What happened? Because it could have really been popular if it kept going. And before we get into this question, I want to talk about the gameplay and just the best bits of the game that made it really fun. The best way to explain this game is it's like a RPG, but with point-and-click elements in it. I don't know why, but this type of game still strikes me to this day. And I wish I knew more of these types of games, minus the energy system and the microtransactions. That would be quite nice. But the story is still quite large for a mobile game, especially at the time, having 10 episodes. And the story starts off with you being the last survivor, obviously in the name, as your zombies ate your friends. And obviously you have to complete quests with the characters of the story, like Chopper Dave, RIP to him. And you have to venture to buildings to save people and clear the area of the undead. The goofy dialogue, and for me, growing up, finding this game was just really fun. The inventory system was quite decent as well, and it showed you your stats, and it does really remind me of like an RPG in that sense. For a mobile game at the time was quite cool. And obviously the boss fights were pretty good as well, along with this really cool music tracks that they had played along with it. And actually, speaking of that now, all the music in this game was quite good, and that seems to be the main thing with this game that I can remember, is just all the tracks. Just by listening to them for like a few seconds, I can kind of like remember, you know, when they played. And the time I spent on this game on my crappy phone at the time was just perfect. The cutscenes were also quite nice as well, along with the art style as well. It really reminds me of like Moshi Monsters to a sense. I know that's a really weird thing to grasp, but it really reminds me of Moshi Monsters with just how the game looked. But that's just a few things about the game that I loved, and hopefully you would agree with me about some of the points. Now, what happened? Now, there are quite a lot of conspiracy videos about the game. One of them being from NekoDude's channel, actually, who actually reminded me of this game. So obviously, after this video is done, please do check his video out. He was talked a lot more in depth about like the history of the game. So if you do want to watch that, go ahead and go watch that. So what happened was Blamo, the actual creators of Zombies Ate My Friends, made this game, and it was obviously still doing quite well, but they were releasing a ton of other games at the time, like Kim Kardashian Hollywood, which I can't lie, it got discontinued this year. They just dragged all the developers over from that game and thought, yeah, let's just drag every developer, well, most developers we have, over to the new game, which, yeah, arguably it could have done popular. It'd be on the screen right now if it actually did any well. If it didn't, then I'm just gonna be so dumbfounded. There's like a snowball effect into stopping the development of the Xanth games, and with its various issues and lowering player numbers, the game just started to drop off slowly. And if you try to find the game now, today, you'll come up empty. It's completely gone. You know, back in July of 2021, actually, Glue Mobile officially shut down the servers. The game was never designed to run offline. Every quest, you know, every map, every save file was tied to the servers. So when they went dark, the whole world of Festival went with them. Some players tried holding on, obviously digging through, you know, old devices, hunting down APKs, and even trying to mod the game to run offline, but obviously none of it worked. Without those servers, obviously the game is just physically can't function. We've heard so much about the game just crashing now. I've not figured out a single way to play a game. If you guys have any idea, please do let me know in the comments, because I'd actually like to try this game out again, but with the problems and just the way you can't play it, it's just impossible at the moment. Even if it was on Roblox, that'd be quite nice as well. But obviously for a lot of people, it just wasn't, you know, another mobile game. It was the humor, the characters, the style, and something that just made surviving the apocalypse just fun. It was just a fun little game for mobile back then. Now, all that's left are just videos, obviously screenshots and memories from players who were once there. And it's just a reminder that sometimes even our favorite games can just disappear overnight. But if you like this game as well, let me know in the comments down below, and just make sure to subscribe for more videos like this. And another thing I would like you guys to actually just answer for me as well is if you like the longer formatted videos of like the games that I'm making. If you want me to do longer videos on this, I will definitely do that with more, you know, it will take longer to upload, but it'd be a lot more, you know, production into it and stuff like that. Because obviously I think it's going to be more fun for me if I can put a more, you know, not educational video together, but like a video that's going to be a lot, you know, there's a lot of stuff in it. Like, there's a lot of stuff that, for people that used to play the game, like me, would know. And I think that's probably a better way to make videos. But just, yeah, just let me know in the comments down below if you think that's better. And timestamp it as well, just so I remember, because I'll probably end up forgetting. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And please subscribe, like, do all that jazz. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one, boys. Peace out.